I guess as you were saying that, I don't think that men these days want too much in a relationship.
What's too much?
They don't want commitment, which I'm not looking for commitment other than in that moment, just be committed to the conversation or
right,
to
just
our
be
current experience.
In that moment. I get it. You're not looking for like someone to build a white picket fence with in a house on a first date, but you do want someone 100% conscious in the moment and giving their 100%.
Yeah.
Because what more could we ask for?
Right.
And would we settle for anything less?
Yeah. I just feel like, I guess what I'm saying is the men that I currently know, they don't want to be all in that moment, but they don't want to let go.
Okay.
But,
so 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of like the keeping my options open, or if this doesn't work out, I've got this.
Yes.
Okay. So do you do that?
Well, I like I said, I'm honestly not looking to build a life with someone right now. I'm not.
You just want to hang and chillax?
Yeah, just meet people and have fun and make friends with them, and if something more happens, then it happens, but I'm really not looking for that.
So your frustration sounds like you're saying that you're frustrated in that the guys that you're interacting with, and I get this as people in general in a lot of ways, aren't fully connected and committed to the moment.
Yeah.
Because they've always got some sort of backup plan or chicken exit in place such that they could, if it doesn't work out, they have other options. Mm-hmm. And that back door keeps them from staying focused in the moment. Okay, I get that. Well, I also get that that's a way in which people in relationships in general experience it. That there's a lot of chicken exiting. There's a lot of back doors that, divorce is a beautiful back door. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I feel like maybe it'd just be better if no one got married at all.
Hey, I'm with you.
Because a lot of people use marriage, it's like a double-edged sword. They get into marriage, and then whether it works or not, that stamp, that seal, causes people to experience excruciating amounts of pain, both mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically. Mm-hmm. But somehow the chains of that stamp keep them there. Mm-hmm. But then on the other side, people who don't get married, when the going gets tough, rather than taking a look at how accountably of how they created it, they get to bolting and they run. And sometimes not being married then becomes the issue of breakdown.
It's true.
So it's interesting that, you are seeking someone, not a eternal companion per se, but someone who in this moment can walk in partnership with you, inspire you, and work with you to be your purpose. Mm-hmm. And you empower and inspire them to be their purpose.
Right.
And so you are a self-acknowledged sellout in some ways.
I see what you're saying there.
Okay. And you seem to be running into and acknowledging that in a lot of ways, these guys unconsciously are also selling out on all of who they are. Mm-hmm. So together you are one whole sellout.
Okay.
Okay. So then could the solution to changing your results be giving 100% no matter what happens? Because I was in a relationship, you remember, about 3 some odd years ago. And I decided that rather than when something comes up that doesn't work, coaching this person, I just step back and just let them experience their results. Well, because I sold out, being the conscious one in that moment that something wasn't working, ultimately, surprise, surprise, that relationship broke down. Mm-hmm. Because I am a firm believer, and we have discussed this many times, that I am conscious of nothing if I'm not supposed to do something about it.
Right.
So if a not working result shows up in my life, if I all of a sudden become aware that something in my relationship with my partner or with my work or even with the grocery store clerk isn't working, if I become aware of it, it's my job to handle it. When we were discussing local heroes and the guy who was sitting in his house and heard someone scream. Well, he heard someone scream, so he in that moment was accountable to cause something different. So he got up, chased the guy with a bat. And from that relationship, thankfully, I learned the value of speaking up when something doesn't work and causing something different and letting that other person be at choice. Because you know what? That person may choose to continue to create breakdown. And at that point, I get to decide what's more important to me. Being joyful and having a relationship that works, or letting this person continue to create breakdown in their life and in my life. Mm-hmm. So I get that as, you and everyone is evaluating relationships at whatever status it's at, beginning, middle, or end. It's always about me. It's never about the other person.
True.
If there is breakdown happening in a relationship, it's because me as a part of that relationship have somehow gone unconscious and dropped the ball. I've not spoken up when something doesn't work. I have blamed other people. I have judged. I live in expectation or in comparison. And that's not necessary. Because it's interesting that so many people seem to be looking for someone to come into their life. Like, let's take the example of, I know that I am loving and creative and powerful. And so before I'm willing to step up and be those things, I want someone to come into my life who is those things, who gives me permission to do that. Mm-hmm. So up until then, I'm going to just sell out. That happens all the time.
It's true.
Waiting for permission. Whereas, what if you are the person who gives permission? I think we talked about this. You were dating someone who I felt the whole purpose you were in a relationship with this person was so that they could be inspired and empowered by you being the beautiful, powerful, passionate woman that you are, mm-hmm. and give them permission to be their excellence. So what if we all, as individuals, took that stance? I'm going to be my 100% excellence, moment to moment, and give everyone around me, my significant other, even my children, whoever that is around me, permission to do the same because I'm doing it. Is that something?
It is something.
Well, I know that you have experienced this in your life because we've talked about this before. So where have you noticed it most in your life when you are just unashamedly, unapologetically being the powerful Malissa that you are? What happens around you? Because you are exceptionally powerful.